I mean, absolutely. I mean, I don't have any money invested in Greece, and nor have I invested in Greek securities.
I don't think many people do.
So, just because a country is not America doesn't mean you should invest there. So when I'm talking about investing abroad, I'm talking about trying to avoid the Americas and the Greeces. And there's a lot of other, minefields out there. You have to look at countries that are doing it right, or at least aren't making as many mistakes, because no country is doing it perfectly. Right? So you got to figure out, which country is screwing up the least, and invest there, and look at companies that have, the best opportunities to grow and expand, that have good valuations, that pay good dividends, and that pay them in currencies that are not being debased as rapidly as the dollar. And so I think the most intriguing area of the world to invest for me is the Asian economies, particularly China and Southeast Asia, also some of the other emerging markets around the world, and some of the markets that are rich in natural resources, which I think are going to be in increasingly high demand. So that would include, Canada, Australia, Norway. I mean, so there's places around the world that I want to be invested in, and for resources, and where the economies are stable, and then other higher growth economies where you have more free market forces, where you have more entrepreneurship, where you have relatively less barriers to competition and to entrepreneurship, to people starting businesses and growing businesses, where you don't have have good demographics, where you don't have big liabilities for things like Social Security or socialized medicine. I mean, you have to look at the countries that don't have that aren't trying to run a marathon with a 100-pound pack on their back.
That was part one of a two-part interview. Stay tuned to the Benzinga podcast to catch the rest. Thank you for listening to the Benzinga podcast. The music that you're listening to is Going to Bristol by The Mountain Goats and is available on the Internet Archive. The Benzinga podcast is released under a Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 3.5 license, and all other rights are reserved.